I don't think you're ready for this bidet.
And a raccoon got so high he went to the moon.
DMX would do anything for his dogs, but when he busts his gun.
Ooh, welcome to Side Dish.
Hey.
The sky's the limit. What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday, HK.
No doubt. That song is getting catchy in my head like it's a song that comes on the radio.
Yeah,
I
just like the sky's. It's hitting me. It's hitting me. I'm really digging the vibe that it sets up for us at the top of the show.
Hell yeah. Yo, shout out to everybody already populating the chat. We love to see it. Shout out to our soulmates. Shout out to our loyal Dish Nation fans and our newfound side Dishians. You know what I mean? They're already in there. What up, Brandy? What up, Franklin? What up, Gala Hines? Justin Harris. Man, he had so many questions in the chat yesterday that I didn't see till I was watching the playback yesterday. And unfortunately, at this very moment in time, I don't remember what his questions were, so I can't answer them in real time. But Justin, just know that you are seen and you are heard.
Yeah, you are seen, you heard. Franklin Bickham. Franklin's up in this chat all the time. Shout out Franklin. Shout out the Bonnet blogger. Some of y'all we see on the regular, and it makes me so happy to see you coming back.
Yo, Bonnet blogger was going Hulkamania crazy in the chat yesterday. She had like mad funny one-liners. We would like to meet you and take you for lunch.
Yeah, come on down to Atlanta. Don't be a crazy person, which we're sure none of you are, but also...
I mean, do you sometimes like to keep a couple of crazies around you just to keep your life spicy?
See, here's the thing. We've talked about my dating life.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing for the dating life to have crazy involved.
Yeah.
Yo, because I tell you, man, like crazy girls have an extra layer.
Yeah, they sure do.
And so sometimes you gotta know not to not inhale the ether, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because you'll get caught up in the sauce, and next thing you know, like that's your MO. That's the frequency that you're attracted to.
Crazy people pull you into a crazy world and crazy life. Like everyone's met somebody, whether it's like a good friend or someone you're in a relationship with, and like at first they're a little different, and you're like, okay, that's cool. I love someone with different vibe. It's like opening my mind to things, and we're having different kinds of conversations, and then it just slightly gets more and more crazy, and then you're like downtown wandering around outside at 2:30 in the morning, and you're like, what am I doing here?
Yo, one of my best friends, he is with a crazy person, and I'm like, what is it that keeps you caught up in this, brother? And he, for lack of a better term, he said that there's a gravitational pull in there.
Yeah, he's absolutely right.
Yeah, so
he's 100% right.
I think people that are crazy and they know it.
Yeah, that's the other thing is if they just owned their crazy in the beginning, it would be a lot easier. Like, don't make me Sherlock Holmes to find out that the call's coming from inside the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, the crazy is here. Just tell me. Yeah,
just so you know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
What are like telltale signs?
Excellent segue. What you're signing up for? Okay, I don't think you've seen this video. This one, I love raccoon content.
Yo, Tanner has cornered the market on raccoon content. I don't know what the bankable value is, but ever since he mentioned it one time close to my phone, I too started seeing raccoon content come up, and I was like, you know what? I get it.
They're adorable. They're little woodland creatures. Like, I don't guess you can fully domesticate them, but I sure want to try. Anyhow, so this raccoon, HK, this raccoon got a hold of somebody's infused chocolates.
Oh!
And ate the whole bag.
Oh, let's get it.
All right, check it out.
That's not raccoon.
Yo.
5-year-old weed chocolate.
What? Oh,
please tell me that the raccoon eventually gets up.
We cut it short. Yeah, the raccoon definitely gets up. Can we pull the video back up, or do we get a little? Okay, here we go. So it's in the middle of the day, which is already strange to see a raccoon taking a nap.
We didn't know we had.
I never seen a raccoon in that position that wasn't alive.
Oh yeah, now here.
We think you'll make it.
They said we think you'll make it.
Lazy though.
Did they come back to him here in a minute? Oh, we might be having troubles with the video. We come back to him in a minute, and he's like laying down on his chest, and they're like still talking to him, and they figure he's gonna be all right. And then you see him like get up to walk, and he's like wobbly as he's like struggling to climb up the tree and get out of there. Oh man.
Man, and that's probably the only safest way to be that close to a raccoon, because people been like growing up all their life watching Shirt Tales,
Yeah.
and they think it's a game out here. Yo,
Mhm.
man, them little claws, them little rabbit claws, man, they'll just tear little marks all through your body and skin.
Oh, they'll mess you up, but they're also just so adorable looking, and they'll eat your cat food and your dog food. You don't look out, they might eat your cat. Like,
Word?
well, they will kill chickens, evidently.
Okay, so they got a like an animal bias towards chickens, but they'll let the cats and dogs make it.
Yeah. I've never seen a video of like a raccoon fighting a cat or a dog, and I've only heard that they will be aggressive with chickens, which is very strange. But I think that's how it goes in the wilderness.
Yo, shout out to anybody in the chat who maybe has owned a raccoon at some point,
Yeah.
or like had one that they that visited their crib enough to where you felt like, oh, I'm gonna name that one.
Yeah.
Like if you had a raccoon, what would you call it?
Oh man, I don't even know. Like what was Little Bandit is always like a great, because they've got the little mask,
They
that they're always
are
looking at you
the
doing.
robbers of the animal community.
Yeah, right.
Yo, shout out to Superwoman Misty, who said raccoons are nocturnal. If you see them in the daytime, it's because they're sick.
A lot of people say that. That one, that raccoon though, that raccoon was sick. That was a slightly different scenario for that guy.
Hell yeah. Well, not quite in the animal kingdom, but sometimes people behave like animals, and then you get civilized. Across the whole world, bidets have been a thing for years. America is just now kind of catching up. I remember my dad, when I was little, he used to work for this clothing designer named Alexander Julian. And it was the nicest house I've ever been to in my life up to that point. And it was like a crib in Connecticut. And when I went into that bathroom, I'm like, yo, Dad, this guy has a water fountain in his bathroom.
Oh.
Well, I didn't use it.
Okay, good.
But come to find out, it was not a water fountain. It was a bidet.
Yeah.
Many years went by before I would see a bidet again. And then maybe like 6 years ago, I finally bought one for the crib.
Okay.
Game changer. And at first, I was not pro bidet because I just felt it was weird. Like,
right?
I'm a man's man. I'm a white normal.
I get it.
Here is a montage of people trying a bidet for the first time. And if I didn't explain what was going on in this video, you would think something else was happening.
Oh.
Roll that beautiful bidet beam footage.
What? No, why is it in slow motion? Oh my gosh. What?
She saw God for a second.
What? No!
She's trying to figure out like
What in
why
the
she's in
world?
love now.
Oh, wow. So how long are you supposed to do it for? Wow.
And what corner of the internet did this come from?
YouTube. I don't even know how I got there. My algorithm is wild. Because between the stuff that I be looking at like, like meditation, how to make things with AI.
Right.
And then then my kids will mess with something. Then now I'm seeing Bluey and Ryan's World, and then weird bidet content.
Wow, I can't say that I've ever dipped my toes or anything else into the bidet content. I'm glad it's finally making a splash. I've still never used a bidet. I'm not anti-bidet. I just want to be clear about that. I'm pro bidet. It just hasn't entered my world yet, so to speak.
Let me tell you something, Tanner. I was just like you.
Yeah.
I was just like you. Like doing it like they was doing it in the 1800s.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, listen, Paris already been ahead. Japan gets it.
Right.
Man, everywhere I went, even the 7-Elevens in Japan have bidets.
Really?
Yes. And the crazy thing, right? Because not all bidets are created equal, right? So there was one bidet I was sitting on at the sushi restaurant, and I didn't know you were supposed to hit stop. So I hit the on button, and I'm just like there. Then all of a sudden, you know that thing at the carnival where you guys shoot the water in the clown's mouth?
Yeah.
I felt like my balloon was full. You know what I mean? Like when does it stop? And I felt like Shorty in the video. And I was like,
it stop?
But it gets you together.
Wow. Okay. So now that we're there, now that we're there on this episode of Side Dish, I am a fan of have you heard of man wipes?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am pro man wipe. Once those entered my world, I was like, oh, well, this is clearly a significant step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like bidet's around the corner, but it's just how do you go try a bidet out? Where do you go? and also, are all of the seats heated? Because my ex had a bidet and her seat was heated, and like when you just raise the regular, like the cover, and then by the time you got to here, it was warm, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, like you have to spend the extra dollars to get the heated seats, because not all of them come with the heated seats. Some just come with the nozzle action and then like a lever that you can press to where like it makes it go. You know, because guys need different attention than women do. Women need a little more attention. You know, there. So they have like little adjusting things that you could do. If you want to try it, you can use the one in my house. Because I have one on the main floor now.
Wow, that's.
You know what I mean?
Can you guys just imagine if I came back next week and I was just like side dish, bidet bros?
Like, yo, your eyes are so much clearer now. Like,
I'm just having it. This is the best day ever.
What do they say? Yo, Cottonelle flushable wipes. Yeah, that's a thing too. And I remember for the longest time, people used to get on Terrence Howard, man, because he was one of the first ones who like was talking about wipes in that way. And the example that he gave is like, yo, if I poured some pudding on the floor and like wiped it up with tissue, there's still gonna be tissue. I'm gonna try to do like, if I pour some pudding on the floor, man, there's still gonna be some streaks there. But if I use the baby wipes, man, it's gonna come right out, man. Baby wipes.
You can't deny that. You can't deny that logic.
You can't. Not at this point. Come to find out, that guy was a low-key genius. Moving on, you nasty people.
Moving on.
Let's keep it animal content, shall we? People love cats. I like cats. I'm just allergic to them, so I can't be around them for too long.
Yeah, I like a cat video.
Yeah, so this guy, Ryan Shyamalan, posted a video of him teaching his cat how to drive. Kind of like Toonses, the driving cat.
Really?
You got your clutch, you got your brake, you got your throttle, you got your gear lever, AFR gauge, fan switch, steering wheel. You got all that?
What is that cat doing?
Yo, that cat's mind was blown.
That cat looks like it had one of the Raccoon chocolates. Just like.
I need that cat's face on a shirt.
That's pretty good.
But if there was any animal in the animal kingdom that you could trust to understand the concept of driving, which animal do you think would get it?
That's really interesting. I mean, I have seen that video of like the orangutan or something like that in a golf cart, just taking his sweet time.
I have seen that.
He's like up like this, like waving at people and everything. Have you seen that?
I have seen that one because somebody made a meme out of it. Like this is me like working hard or something like that.
And on my way home from work or whatever.
And the orangutan was chilling.
I feel like I did see a video where they did teach dogs to drive.
Really?
Yeah, that's the thing that came. It happened in like the early 2000s or late 90s. Y'all can Google it up. Maybe I'll pull it up for like next week or whatever. But they literally taught dogs how to like put their paws on the steering wheel and push this for gas and like put it in the gear and everything. And here's the thing: it's like I feel like a dog would be a safe driver, but I feel like if you needed to get a getaway driver, you might need a cat.
Why is it a cat?
I don't know, just because I think they're like faster and crazier.
Well, they paw things better than dogs do. And the crazy thing too about dogs, I mean, they're smart, right? However, very easily distracted.
That's true.
So let's just say if a dog is driving a car and it happens to see another dog driving outside of or even a dog in the car.
Oh man.
Dog might try to show off and stunt for the other dog. Next thing you know, you no longer have a driver and you hit somebody or multiple folks.
Oh, wait, if you could have one animal drive you around, what would it be?
I'm gonna go with the chimp.
The chimp? Okay.
I mean, Planet of the Apes has taught us a lot, hasn't it?
Let's go. Yeah.
You know, they can wear sweaters.
Yeah.
They have opposable thumbs.
That's true.
They're the closest thing to us.
They are the closest thing to us. Man, like a chimp with like a cool pair of sunglasses and a dope sweater just driving you around all the
beanie, one of them rolled up joints. I mean, because let's just say, right, if the human race got tagged out and you had to look at everything in the animal kingdom to run the joint.
Yeah.
For the next 100 to 300,000 years.
Sure.
Who you trusting?
Oh, it's chimps, dude.
Yeah, well, chimps, gorillas, or apes? Which ones? Because there are levels. There's levels to the monkey.
And apes. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, I'm trying to remember my differences between the two of them. I mean,
so
the three of them. They've all got opposable thumbs.
Bubbles was a chimp.
The little guys are chimps.
A Harambe was a gorilla.
Harambe's a gorilla.
So they got anger issues. So we've established this.
D's out for Harambe, but he didn't know.
Yeah, he was just doing monkey stuff.
He was just being a big ape.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the chimp.
Yeah, giving it to the chimp.
Yeah, and their childlike, wonderment.
Maybe in the middle. Maybe the gorillas is where it's at.
Yo, Jamal said, this sounds like y'all ate the edibles.
Maybe we did.
Superwoman Misty says, the chimp will definitely be my chauffeur. Zonia C said, if the dog sees the squirrel while he's driving, he's going to jump out and chase the squirrel. Exactly.
Oh, that's true. You can't trust a dog in traffic.
Justin Harris says, the Black Panther. Like the
superhero?
Wakandan? Or just a regular Black Panther? I have so many questions.
That's a scary driver.
Yeah. Bubbles probably 75 years old at the retirement chimp home. I think Bubbles is dead.
Bubbles probably gone. Do you remember that movie? There was this random movie in the 80s where they like taught some chimps to fly a plane.
I feel like Clint Eastwood was in that movie, and I think it was called Any Which Way But Loose. Is that the one?
Wait, no, he is in a movie with a chimp. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
This is a movie, I think it's called, is it War Games? Somebody might be able to check me on this.
Oh, with
Matthew Broderick, I think, way back in the day.
And Harvey Korman.
Maybe.
Roger Corman. Man with a mustache.
Maybe. I don't remember, but they wind up teaching some. The whole thing is like I don't remember what they were doing, but they like taught some chimps to fly a plane and they looked like they knew what they were doing.
I feel like we might be merging two movies.
Maybe we are.
Because I remember War Games because dude was playing a game at his house and he accidentally started a nuclear war.
That's
so
true.
They thought.
Yeah.
I don't remember the monkey aspect of the movie in a plane.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we would have got there.
Yeah, that is
I want to see a movie though.
That is quite somebody, because we don't have time. We're hosting a show. Somebody look up the movie from the 80s where they taught the chimps to fly a plane and put it in the comments. It was like dark film because they were like getting exposed to like radiation or something.
The Right Stuff?
No, that's where they learned. That's where we send astronauts to space, right?
Project X. Shock the Monkey was the song from the sound. Shock the Monkey.
Wait, that was in the soundtrack?
Monkey. Yeah. I don't know if they made it for that movie, but I remember Shock the Monkey being played in Project X. Thank you for bringing that back. The 80s was the best.
80s was wild, dude. 80s was so wild.
Okay, and y'all came through in the chat. Shout out to Ken Turner, who he knew might be the same Ken Turner sings. He's really talented if that's the same person. He's dope. Okay. Everybody's with the monkeys. Go Caesar. All right.
Yeah, go Caesar. All right.
Let's dive deep, shall we?
Yeah, we got to dive deep. Some really, really, God, I mean, just honestly, just terrible news. Absolutely terrible news. You guys probably saw it if you've been on the internet at all today. Mariah Carey, over the weekend, lost her mother and her sister on the exact same day.
That is wild.
We don't have all of the details. She, her and her mother had a strained relationship. I think her and her sister Allison had an even more strained relationship, unfortunately. But that being said, to lose two close members of your family like that on the same day is horrifying. And so,
I think the only thing I could think of that happened in a similar space, I think when Carrie Fisher passed away.
Yeah.
Her mother also passed away the same day.
Oh, interesting.
But just like that whole broken heart thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
It's just like, yo, man, like time is so short when you think about it in the long scope of things.
Quick, yeah.
And and I hate when people pass away without being able to bury their grievances or whatever the issues were. Because like, her issues with her sister have been long, documented. I didn't know she had that much, tension with her moms. But it just sucks that you can't close that chapter.
Yeah.
And somebody died and you mad at them. You know what I mean? Or they mad at you, or
things were left unsaid.
Yeah,
at the very least. Yeah. Yeah. And no, I'm not. I don't know that she had necessarily a bad relationship with her mom, but just as I was looking over things, it talked about it being strained at times. I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to be the expert on her relationship with her mom and sister, but anyhow, sending all our love to them and their family. That's for sure.
Indeed, man. And a slightly upbeat note, depending if you like animals or not. This is very, man, this episode is going to be sponsored by Animal Planet by the time we're done. So, all right, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Y'all know who he is, right?
He's got the voice anyhow.
He totally should do cartoon voices.
He does.
He's been in the news a lot lately. He just recently dropped out of the presidential race.
That's right, yeah.
He was running as an independent.
That's right.
He's married to Cheryl Hines from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Really?
Yeah, but maybe not for long because they keep saying that his political views and the people he chooses to align himself with creates a lot of tension between them in the House because she has a different philosophy on everything that he does.
Yeah.
And it just makes it tough because every time he do something, they come at her. So anyway, we did that story a couple weeks ago about how he hit a bear in a park. And
That's right. They supposedly he picked up the dead bear, he was gonna skin it to eat it or something, and then dropped it off in Central Park, and it was a whole thing, which is an insane story.
Well, this story is even more insane. So his daughter, Kick Kennedy, who was allegedly like hanging out with Ben Affleck, they said they're not dating or whatever. She told the story about once Robert F. Kennedy Jr. cut the head off of a dead whale that had washed up on shore, and he strapped it on top of his car and took it home. We have a video.
This is live video.
Yeah, he puts a suit on to do these things.
Oh.
No, not the Vincent Price.
Oh my God. Yeah, evidently this interview came out like over a decade ago. She like said this in 2012.
It's just now spinning the block.
And it's just coming all the way back around. Dude, my mind went to, like, first off, if you're a kid, she was younger then or whatever. It's like, you don't know. Anything your parents do, you feel like is normal. But then there's the idea of, like, strapping it to the roof of your car.
Yeah.
How big? What, like the size of this pillow? What are we talking? How big?
Because whales vary in sizes.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen videos online of, like, what happens when, like, a sperm whale like does its thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you never want to swim with your mouth open. That's how mer people are invented. I heard.
Do you say mer people?
Yeah. Because you don't want to just
not from the sperm whale.
Possibly because it's just so much. It's just so much in the water.
Yo, so I want that. This is a whole other side thing. There's fish in the ocean. Does that just mean the ocean is soup? Is the ocean soup?
Yo.
Is it all soup? Because it's full of things that you would. Is it just soup? Is it just salty soup?
Technically, with not. You know what? With the right bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You take a little spoon. You get yourself a little shrimp there. That's soup. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Let's pass it. The ocean is soup.
The ocean is soup now. We've stamped it.
Chick was talking about how like after like he got the whale, it was on top of the car, and then like the whale goo was like spilling on the windshield. Man, she's gonna need therapy if she's not already in it.
Yeah, I bet she's already. Something tells me she's already in it if she's a Kennedy. Just like you can't have that kind of like a political dynasty and everything just be cool, you know.
And I would be scared to go anywhere.
Yeah,
because Kennedys have the tendency to get shot a lot.
Yeah, there's that thing. Have you ever seen the video? I think it's from the mid '80s. It could even be from the early '80s, and I feel like it's up near Seattle or even Portland. And it's where a large whale like dies and essentially beaches itself, and they can't get it off the beach, and so they blow it up with dynamite. This is a true story.
Yep.
And like there's video of this. If you guys haven't seen it, we'll bring it back around. But there's video, and it's of a wide angle shot of the giant dead whale on the beach, and they blow it up with dynamite, and then it's like boom, and it's gone, and then you see it, and then all of a sudden you start hearing pieces of the whale start raining down because it's just blasted it into the air.
The version of the story I got, it wasn't dynamite. I thought like the gas.
Well, that happens too. That might be a different whale.
Okay, so I might have seen a different video, but similar results though. It exploded in a way that no one was expecting.
Oh, the ones where they just like sit there and they like rot, and then they like swell up and they get real puffy and then explode. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
This one, they literally thought that they were gonna like put some dynamite in it and blow it back into the ocean, and they just blew it into pieces and it coated everything.
Whose cousin did this?
Oh, all my cousins. You know dang well that was my cousins.
Well, you know what? Let's keep it aquatic for a second.
Okay, all right.
All right. So there's a lonely and sexually frustrated dolphin that has been blamed for at least 18 attacks on swimmers in Japan. One person ended up with broken ribs.
Ooh.
Now, what do you know about dolphins?
Listen, okay, I want you to know that when we were tossing this story around this morning, I have heard this about dolphins before.
Okay.
That a dolphin, there's no easy way to say this, but like dolphins understand that number one, they kind of like people. And when you get in the water, I think they know who's who and what's what. Definitely. And a dolphin might be a little more freaky deaky than we like to realize, and they might try to hunch on you.
I call them the Weinstein of the sea.
Oh.
Yeah, like I mean, they're really out there getting to it. And like they always have this friendly. I think Flipper helped make people think that dolphins are cool. Look at the dolphin; it's smiling with his little like sharp dolphin teeth. Nah, especially those bottlenose dolphins. Yeah. They really like be getting real intrusive and invasive. And in '94, a dolphin in Brazil nicknamed Tayao attacked two male swimmers and who tried to ride it. And the problem was the two male swimmers was trying to get freaky with the dolphin because the dolphin, you know, they be having them blowholes.
Oh no!
And sometimes we as people just like
no. Oh
And-
yeah! Don't you ever put your fingers in my blowhole?
Yeah, so that-
I'm gonna chomp you.
Yo,
Cha cha cha.
that dolphin killed one of those people.
Yes, you put your dirty human, you put your dirty land-loving hand into my blowhole, and you're in the water. Nah, dude, I'm taking your legs.
Yo, tell me you've seen the documentary about the guy who had was in a romantic relationship with a dolphin.
No.
It's the trailer's on YouTube.
Really?
He was like in a 7-year relationship with the dolphin. They had to move the dolphin
Oh.
because he worked there at the place.
Oh wait, what? At like a SeaWorld?
He worked like at an aquarium. I don't know if it was
That's like
SeaWorld.
hooking up with the inmates.
Technically, yeah. It was like a conjugal fish visit. Yeah, terrible stuff.
Wow.
But just be careful out there when you're out there swimming and then you see a dolphin. Just don't think it's all fun and games because unfortunately, dolphins are about that action.
The other thing that I've seen is where like a dolphin will. I've seen a video where like there's like some fish that like when you like agitate them or whatever, they'll like release like toxins because they're trying not to like get eaten or whatever because it's the ocean and it's dangerous soup. And so like the dolphin will like go up there and like nose up on this thing and then it like swells up and it's like toxins come out and then the dolphin like chews on it or something.
What?
To get high.
I'm telling you, we think that we run things being like the land walkers that we are with our Wi-Fi and high-speed internet and Amazon, but it's the ocean creatures that are really doing the most, man. This thing's go like the earth is 3/4 water.
It's mostly water.
Yeah, so like we don't even have a full understanding of everything that's going on down there and what some of these things could do.
Yeah. No, dolphins are like well aware of us. They know we got boats. They come up, they check us out, and like they'll swim with us. We'll toss some fish. They're like cool with that relationship. But the minute you try to put your dirty human finger inside of a dolphin blowhole,
it turns into J-Lo in Enough.
It's just the idea of a dolphin losing its mind. Just a dolphin, like everything's cool, everything, and he's like, and then now he's got to come for you, you know.
Because that's where it breathes from. It breathes for the blowhole. You
not
get it.
my blowhole.
Yeah, man. All right, let's switch gears because we got into a really subterranean place.
Yeah,
you know what day it is, right?
It's Tubi Tuesday.
All right, so based off of something we did last week, we got really excited as we started going down the pipeline of all the amazing things that was on Tubi. And we talked about a movie yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
Party Monster.
Party Monster. Oh
and
my gosh.
Some of y'all have seen it. Some of y'all have not. It was starring Macaulay Culkin in one of his darkest roles ever.
Yeah.
It is based on a true story about the New York club scene in the 80s and 90s. And it chronicles the rise and fall of a club kid promoter by the name of Michael Alec. He's a party organizer. His life was crazy. And he did some terrible things that got him locked up. Roll that beautiful beam footage. Tubi Tuesday.
Tubi Tuesday.
I think it's so important to begin with a bang, don't you?
Like, this
One
feels
day,
like the
I
first
realized
Tubi
I didn't
movie
want
ever
to
made.
Get up in the morning.
And he
Go
just
to
waited
work.
for
I'm
Tubi to
Michael
come
Allen.
around.
King of the club kids.
I want you to teach me how to be fabulous.
Don't dream it, be it.
Fabulous.
Is that
So it
Seth
should come as
Green?
no surprise
Yeah.
that I ended up in New York City.
New York City.
I wanted to create my own world. One big party. You need me to promote this place.
Oh wait, yes. Dylan McDermott with an eye patch. What's he thinking? What was he thinking?
They're the feds, and they're watching around the clock.
So you're just paranoid.
Michael, where's my money?
Anything or anyone missing?
Angels. You should just turn yourself in.
I'm getting away with murder, and you're just jealous.
Wow. So wait, okay, hold on. Have you've seen the whole thing?
I've seen the whole movie. And then I watched the documentary about the club kids.
Oh, there's
Then
okay.
I even went on a deep dive again today just to find out where everybody is now. And I don't want to ruin it for you.
Are they alive? Are they all in prison?
Well,
Are they one of them's dead?
One of them clearly is dead.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
You know, I mean, they don't tell you everything in the movie,
Uh-huh.
but I don't want to. Maybe we can have this conversation later next.
Does
Tuesday,
the one
Tuesday.
dude really have an eye patch?
I don't know. I don't know who he was supposed to be in the
Dylan
sketch of
McDermott,
things.
just trying to take everything seriously here.
Yo, in my head, I was trying to act like that was Home Alone 3.
Oh,
Like
that's
it's canon.
oh, that's
To the original
that's a
two.
very interesting way to watch that film.
Yeah, because he never left New York because
Right.
his parents forgot him at the airport when they went to go back.
Yeah, he
So
stayed
he
in
just
New York.
stayed there, became a club kid, and then eventually murdered someone.
Oh, that's interesting.
Would you watch it?
Macaulay. Yeah, I'll definitely watch it. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York is probably, I mean, Home Alone 1's great, but Home Alone 2 honestly might be better than Home Alone 1.
I just had as a latchkey child, I just never understood the horror. You know what I mean? Like I was a kid who was left at home a lot.
Oh, being lost in New York.
Yeah, it was like,
oh, sure.
all right, so
Yeah.
is there food?
Yeah, yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And truth be told, DFACS would have came and got Kevin.
DFACS?
Yeah, the Department of Families and Children.
Okay.
They definitely would have came and got Kevin.
got it.
Because you can't just be leaving your kid
Sure.
on multiple times. Like he could have been murdered by those two people that was trying to break into his house.
Oh, for sure.
Both times.
Yeah.
And then you leave your kid in New York.
I think it's also, I think it could be scary, like no matter where the kid is left. Like if a city kid somehow winds up in like a country town and is somehow like locked outside of a place and then like suddenly sneaks into a farm and sets up shop. Like that could be that could be also an interesting movie.
It could go wild.
Yeah,
anyway. Let's see. They said you sound just like the Dolphin, Tanner. I don't know what that means. From Margaret Fredericks.
All right.
Ms. Naughty 8093 said hard pass on Party Monster.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies where it's either for you or not for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was just wild. For me, I watch things for the art of it because you know Macaulay Culkin from the things we know him from.
Yep.
So to see him take that leap artistically and creatively
Oh.
and be a completely different person, I didn't think he had it in him. And he did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he also ended up getting with
Seth Green?
Mila Kunis.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That almost impresses me more than any of his accolades that he has in the
guy's
acting
doing
space.
great. He's killing it. Also, give us another Home Alone. Give us one more. Catherine O'Hara's still around. One more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One more.
But who's getting left?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as fun now if he
Like
gets
maybe
left.
he's on house arrest.
Okay.
Because they realize, like, yo, what you did to those guys, man, that was a little excessive.
Harry
man.
and Mauve.
Yeah.
They're out now. The Wet Bandits are set for parole.
That's what they were called, the Wet Bandits?
The Wet Bandits.
Yo, man, I gotta watch the movie again.
You know why they call them the Wet Bandits, right?
I don't know.
'Cause Marv would like stuff this tissue papers and different stuff down in the sinks or
Okay.
towels down in the sink and then hit the faucets on so the houses would flood while people were gone.
Oh,
That
okay.
was their name, the Wet Bandits.
Okay, cool. That could have went a different way.
Yeah.
Also, you know, for people who want to watch things today, let's talk about Entertainment Tonight, shall we? Not the show, but you know, things
Not
you
the
can watch.
show.
Only Murders in the Building. Did you watch that show?
Dude, I've heard great things. I do not watch it.
Season 4 has dropped today. I stalled out in the middle of season 3. I do still like that show. Shout out to Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Martin Short, yeah.
And
Selena Gomez. Is the show about murderers living in the building?
Somehow always yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's always
right.
a murder. It's all centered around this building. And just when you think you know who did it every time, you don't.
Same building every time?
Same building every time.
Why are all those murderers in that building?
I'd move.
Yeah.
I'd definitely move. And I can understand like how, like, you know, maybe I think they're rent controlled.
It sounds like they should call it Only Victims in the Building.
That's the spinoff. And it's all told with the perspective of the ghosts that were murdered in seasons 1 through 4. I would totally watch that movie. I really like that show. I would watch it.
Adam Sandler's got a new stand-up special coming out called Love You. I saw the trailer for it. It looked really interesting.
When is the last time he's done like a whole joint?
It's been years. He did one several years ago where he was like playing music on stage. He had an ode to Chris Farley in it. This might have been 5 years ago.
Okay.
I also think it was a Netflix special thing. It wasn't something that he like toured a whole lot. I know that he did some live shows and then did this Netflix special. So it seems like this might be kind of similar to that, but just updated.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler in it, that's another time where an actor really jumped out there and did something that you didn't even know was in his wheelhouse. But more so than anything, I see Adam Sandler in New York playing basketball more than I see him do, and he's nice.
Yeah, Sandler's notorious. He loves basketball. He brings a hoop to all of his film sets. Like, and I love the way that like money and fame hasn't changed the way that man has ever dressed. He just wears like whatever basketball shorts and t-shirts comfortable, and that's how he rolls.
Yo, one guy caught him on the street and asked him about his drip and consistency in that, and here's what he had to say.
Who I'm here with and where you from? My name is Adam, Brooklyn.
Adam always got that drip.
It just happens. I didn't really think it through. There's sneakers. There's some goofy shorts.
Okay.
There's I wear this to cover this, and then I got this to cover more.
How do you do this? How do you do you have a specific style? Because you always wearing whatever you want to wear. You never go based on the rules.
Whatever is in the closet, I grab it. I think I got a bunch of the same socks. Underwear is kind of similar too.
Okay.
I grab it. I don't think about it much. Most people make fun of me in my family, but I keep moving.
What's 5 fashion pieces you cannot live without?
Sometimes my wife gets me nice socks that I throw on, got my kids on them and stuff. Sneakers that fit. It don't matter if they're dirty or not, as long as they're fitting and not hurting. These shorts are a little shorter than usual.
You like the Hoochie Daddy shorts?
I don't know what the hell they are. Goofy shirts. Threw this on because I think I got this 5 years ago, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that thing.
Now, what's a common misconception about you?
People don't realize I'm 6'5".
Sandman. That's the thing. It's like when everything is set for you, you can just literally get away with wearing anything whenever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
He dresses like my Filipino friend.
Yeah.
Who could get away with wearing everything.
Yeah.
I could put the same color combo on.
Mm-hmm.
Trash B. Mommy Joseph could put on colors that don't even deserve to be mentioned. I'm gonna do the silver and purple ensemble, and it's gonna pop.
That yellow polo with the Red Bull shorts is
Only
the ketchup and mustard of it all.
Oh man,
solid.
Would you like a surprise movie?
Yes.
So there's a new sci-fi movie that premieres today on Paramount Plus.
Oh.
Shout out to all 7 of you who have it.
Oh.
Jennifer Hudson is in it, and her character lives in an underground bunker with her husband, played by Common. I don't know if this is foreshadowing or just a coincidence.
Wait, because they're still, right?
They're still together.
Okay, yeah.
We'll see how this movie does.
All right.
Her daughter is played by Vajane Walls. That's a final round spelling bee word. Look up how she spells her name. But after he goes missing on a trip to the surface, the bunker is attacked by a group led by Mila Jovovich.
Oh, no.
Check this out.
I'll be back as soon as I can. Try not to kill each other while I'm gone.
I say that every time I leave.
Yep. Oh, dang. Uninhabitable.
Dad? Dad? Hello?
It looks like New York. Yeah. Yeah.
Mom, we haven't seen a living thing in 3 years.
The world can heal if we give it time. We just gotta keep at it.
Come on. Hello! Oxygen supply at 50%.
Who the hell are you?
I know your husband was working on the O2 generator. I need to replicate it.
If she could replicate Dad's invention, we could be onto something big, Ma.
Our air filtration system is failing. We don't get back. 25 people will die, but I need to see that machine, and I will see it one way or the other.
Oh.
We gotta stop her.
Making a mistake. I'm not your enemy.
If I cut off their air, they're gonna die in there. Think about your daughter and do the right thing.
What?
We're in this together, right? We're in this together.
Oh, wow.
What we doing, folks?
Yikes.
Ticket, skip it. What we doing?
I might have to let the reviews come in. I might have to let the reviews come in on this. It's pretty scary, but I feel like I've seen this kind of premise before.
Okay.
Like the post-apocalyptic thing that's Mila Jovovich's bread and butter.
Yo, Mila Jovovich has never been in a movie where anything nice was happening.
No, she's always killing everyone.
There's always no sun.
Yeah,
you can't go do regular stuff.
Or out there, the Umbrella Corporation or whoever is stepping them up.
It'd be cool if that was somehow tied in.
They sort of mix that in. But Common's got to come back. He's got to come back at the end and save them.
Common be in stuff, but he also be in a lot of stuff he die in.
Really?
But I would like to think he comes back at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And tells you about the power of the Dell computer.
Oh no!
Was that the commercial he was doing?
Was he in the Dell commercial?
Yo. So there was, there was a period of time when Common was doing these commercials. It was either for Dell or like some sort of computer company. Kim, can you back me up on this? Yeah, like, and then the crazy thing is a teacher who got fired because he dressed up like Common for Halloween, but he did it in blackface.
Oh
and,
no!
And he did the Common commercial verbatim.
Oh man!
It was spot on though what he did, but yeah, like
that's messed up. I don't remember that.
Oh man, hey, well, I'll find it and send it to you. But
that's pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm kind of here for it. A lot of people said that they're definitely down to watch it. Irene Lancourt said thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Oh, thumbs down.
Teardrop says Common plays a good villain. I do like when Common's a bad guy. You seen Smoking Aces?
Yes.
Microsoft.
I have seen Smoking Aces.
Thank you, Kim. Yeah, Common was in a Microsoft commercial. Now look for the teacher who got fired for impersonating Common in a Microsoft commercial if you want a good laugh or to get just a little bit mad. And then someone also said that you get Paramount Plus for free with a Walmart membership.
Do you? Is that a fact?
That actually makes sense.
Also, I didn't know Walmart was selling memberships.
Neither did I. Like Sam's Club?
Or just like a country club? You just going to hang out in the Walmart?
You know, like sometimes their food court be cool. Like Walmart food courts be having stuff you don't see no more. Like I think the last time I ate Blimpie was at a Walmart.
Blimpie?
You never had Blimpie?
I don't know what Blimpie is.
Yo, so I think it's more of an East Coast thing. But they had them in the South too, because I had Blimpie. It was at a Blimpie in Texas.
Is this a burger?
No, it's a sandwich.
It's a sandwich. Okay, all right.
They just didn't win the sandwich. Once Subway got Jared, Blimpie had no marketing skin in the game. You know what I mean? They didn't have a success story. Like, yo, I lived off of Blimpies because you couldn't find them.
See, we didn't have like, I was on the West Coast for so long. We didn't have like, we had, granted, there's like your low tier, like your Subway chains and like your Papa John's and like different stuff like that. Or not Papa John's, but what was it? Papa style?
Papa Do's? No,
Papa Do's or something John. Anyhow,
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's had a John style, Jimmy John style. Like those are good places. But like Los Angeles also celebrated like a good like sub sandwich place.
Yeah.
And so I tried to like frequent the mom and pops.
And the crazy thing, it's hard for those sandwich places to thrive in New York because most people get their sandwiches from the bodega.
Yeah.
Because their bread is different.
Sure.
It's something about like the air hitting it.
Yeah.
and incense smoke.
Oh,
getting wrapped into your bread. It just makes the bread taste better. I can't explain.
Just infuses the bread.
Yeah.
You want to do some birthdays?
If not, why not?
If not, why not? All right. Rod Wave's 25. He's a rapper and songwriter.
He be literally tearing stages down.
Yeah.
Aaron Paul is 45.
Oh man,
I gotta see him in more stuff.
You know what? He stays pretty busy.
Really, because the last thing I notably remember him being in was that Breaking Bad spinoff El Camino.
Yeah.
Which for some reason I didn't watch it yet, right?
Yeah.
Because you ever be in a space where sometimes you don't want to watch something because once you watch the last thing that's connected to something, it's truly over.
If it's really good, then you don't like it. Depends. Like El
Kim
Camino,
just told me in my ear it's not good.
Yeah. It picks up the story. It's like, if you're a diehard Breaking Bad fan, yeah, sure, but like Kim mentioned, it's not as good.
It's like an hour-long post-credit scene.
Kind of, yeah.
Damn.
But then he was in Westworld, and I enjoyed him in that.
I didn't watch Westworld. I got to get to it.
Paul Rubens, R.I.P. Happy birthday, Pee Wee Herman. Heavenly birthday.
And the great Khalil. He's 52 years old today, man. Big shout out to him.
Then Mario, he's 38.
Yo, Mace is 49 today, living his best life.
Yeah. Oh my, Mace is 49. That makes me feel old. And then Colt Ford is 53. I don't even know who Colt Ford is.
Neither do I.
He's a country singer.
That would explain why.
Do you guys know who Colt Ford is?
No, man, listen, we're international with this thing, and we recognize all musical genres. Thank you, Kim.
This just in, we threw someone country in, hoping Tanner would know them. I don't know everybody. Who with the guitar?
But also for our fam in the chat, we got to send a major shout out to, it went by so fast. Somebody's aunt's birthday is today. Daggone it. It went by. Brandy's Aunt Raven's birthday is today. Aunt Raven, if you happen to hear us or see this, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Aunt Raven.
That's love right there.
Happy birthday to you.
Ah, man. So who you going to give the cake to?
Okay, let's see. Man. You know what? I would probably give it to Paul Reubens just because I love those Pee Wee Herman movies. I thought he was funny. I thought he got done really wrong for the thing that he got, unfortunately, that other kind of famous for. And so, yeah, I'd probably give it up to Paul Reubens.
You know, I'm going to have to double down on that because, like, yo, if Paul Reubens would have got in trouble for what he got in trouble for back in 89, 1990, now, if he'd got in trouble for that now, he would have been bigger.
Yeah.
It's crazy how times change and the things that would have got you canceled back then won't get you canceled now. And also some things are in reverse.
Right.
Some things you could have totally did back then and now if you do it now, it's like, yo, you out of here, B.
Yeah.
But he definitely paved the way. And I watched a few documentaries about how he even came up with that character because it's always been world-renowned as a children's show, but it started as an adult show.
Very much an adult show at the Groundlings, I think, is where it started. Like, he was a member of the Groundlings, which, like, if you don't know, you probably know, but if you don't know, the Groundlings is like a comedy troupe. It's based on the West Coast, and that's where, like, Will Ferrell and some of these other people, like, they trained at the Groundlings in improv comedy and then went on to be on Saturday Night Live. Well, Paul Reubens had the Pee Wee Herman show, and it was like an adult kids show, and then when they decided to bring it to TV, like HK was saying, they brought it back down for kids,
and they like popped off some careers too, like Lawrence Fishburne,
Cowboy Curtis,
and who was the guy? Mecca Ho. Who was the genie guy?
I don't remember who the genie was.
Nah, man, but that song, Pee-wee's playing house.
Oh yeah.
It was a fun time.
Classic.
Kevin Murray said Pee-wee can share his cake with Large Marge.
Oh, tell him Large Marge sent you.
Man, there's so many dope callbacks in that movie.
Such a great one.
Especially when he went to Texas. He's like, no, I'm in Texas, really. The stars at night are big and bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas. I'm at the Alamo. There's no basement in the Alamo. Yeah.
Who wrote that, man?
Classic.
Insane. You know the best way to not have a birthday?
Oh, are we going to do this story finally?
Let's do it, Tanner.
Okay,
Take it
here
away.
we go, guys. I want you to, set that mood. We're about to have an adult conversation, just the three of us. Brown chicken, brown cow. Evidently, there's a study out. There's some science behind this that if you are having, and put on our adult hats, if you're having safe sex, that you should remove the condom and put on a new one if this sex lasts over 30 minutes. Evidently, if you're having sex in the same condom for over 30 minutes, it increases the likelihood of that condom breaking, and we don't want that. So think of it like a tire change every half hour.
Right. So
because it's rubbers.
Let's just say, because some people operate in the space of momentum, right?
What?
Momentum.
Yeah.
Sometimes to stop for a pit stop, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Like when the 30-minute timer goes off.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like starting from zero. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Imagine like if you was blowing up a balloon and then you stopped blowing up said balloon.
Yeah.
You're going to start blowing a balloon up again. That's a metaphor for everything you want it to be.
Yeah. Sometimes the person watching you blow up that balloon, sometimes, and here's the thing, is you need to check in with that person because maybe they could take a little short break from watching that balloon get blown up. And like maybe you go get like some nice cold water from the fridge, and then you get a new balloon and start to blow that balloon back up. So maybe instead of one 30-minute chunk, you break it down into like, I don't know, 2 12s, 3 12s, depending on how you're feeling.
Be back in 2 and 2.
Yeah. Be back in a minute.
Like Bonnet Blogger said, 30 minutes, that's a full episode of Living Single.
Exactly.
Superwomanly Wonder Woman said, but who's going to stop? Yeah, that's just wild. Steven Cervantes says, my balloon blowing skills look professional. Yes, I have children.
There it is.
Yo, I felt so accomplished the day I was able to blow up a balloon and tie it.
And tie it off? Yeah.
Yo, because like I used to like blow up a balloon and then like tie it with string because I didn't know how to like get the little knot going. But once I figured that out, I felt like I leveled up a little bit.
I remember my dad one time like got a little book for like a kids parties and like learned. It was like, I don't know, my younger sister was like turning 10 or something like that. And so he made like balloon animals and whatnot. And it was like a classic like birthday thing that all her friends still remember to this
It's a
day.
parlor trick that will impress people for many years to come. But to everybody in the chat, let's just say, if someone stopped and be like, hey man, I gotta go change this.
Yeah. Hold up.
Hold up.
Do you hear that alarm? It's been 30 minutes. Give me just a minute. Don't move. Don't move.
Hey, Alexa, set a 30-minute timer.
Oh, my
And
God.
you start to get to it. And
Alexa, begin the countdown.
right. And then like the final countdown plays after.
And you're like, hold on, give me a second. Where's my,
Yeah.
That's that drawer. Y'all know that drawer? Y'all know that drawer. It's right over here.
Sometimes it's under a mattress. Everybody has their stash spot.
Everybody knows about that drawer.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so happy. There's times where I wish I was all the way outside.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes where I'm happy that I can go in like Yosemite Sam and just tear the club up.
Right. Yeah. So, wow, this is such a, okay, hold on. I'm supposed to read this. The important thing is just to practice safe sex in general. But if you're someone who's routinely lasting 30 minutes to an hour, it might be good advice to swap these out. So there we go. We cross that boundary.
That's our PSA for today.
Yeah, be safe. Be safe.
All right. Now here's something to make you guys feel good.
Oh,
all right.
Is it unsafe? I'm sorry.
Depending on what you consider a fun time, right? So there's a lady by the name of Manette Belittle. She's 102 years old.
Wow.
And guess what she just did?
What?
She just became Britain's oldest skydiver.
Oh.
And she raised $13,000 for charity in the process.
All right.
And 2 years ago, she marked her 100th birthday by racing a Ferrari on an official Grand Prix track. And her advice to people is always look for something new and don't forget to party. This sounds like somebody who's trying to make sure her kids can cash in on an insurance policy.
Yeah, this lady's trying to take herself out. Don't forget to party. She was racing a Ferrari and she just jumped out of an airplane.
Yo, I would not want to be the tandem flyer that goes with that person because that's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Because, you coming down at that high speed and velocity and, she was alive when we jumped out the plane.
Yeah. Her bones are brittle like that snack bar that just like crumbles up.
Kit Kat?
No, not Kit Kat. The one that's all flaky. It's like hard and crunchy. Nature's Best.
The Nature Valley granola bars.
Up like Nature's Valley.
Yeah, like you think all that speed and force would just tear them little brittle bones up.
Also, I'm sorry. Also, just like a 102-year-old lady jumping out of a plane. Like, do you think it's ever happened in the history of the world that like somebody's tandem like that? And like, you're like, are you ready to go? And they're like, yeah. So you already know. And they're like, yeah, I'm ready to go. And then you jump out. And then does that person die? And then you're strapped to a dead body, but you got to fly him down all safe and everything.
And act like everything's okay.
And act like everything's cool.
Remember, I think we had a similar conversation not too long ago. And these are the reasons why I'm afraid of skydiving. I want to do it because
you're afraid of the person on your back dying.
Yeah, I'm also afraid. I'm afraid of the person on my back dying, and I'm afraid of me pulling the cord and somehow I'm just gonna get tangled.
Tangled up in it.
I don't know why that is a very specific fear that I have, but it's just something that I fear. But shout out to her for living her best life.
Truly.
Now, what do you think she should do to top that for her 103rd birthday?
I would say bungee jump, but I just worry about
the skin comes out of
I'm just worried about bones and ligaments just going, nope.
Like her skeleton comes through her mouth. like you shaking change out of a wet sock.
Just like, wow. It's just like a Ren and Stimpy cartoon.
Oh my God.
Jesus. That's terrible.
God.
No, don't do that, lady. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe enjoy a nice Saturday on the couch. I don't know.
Come to Magic City.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Pop a bottle. Like, let the people come out with the sparklers.
Yeah.
Like, if I was over 102, I don't want nobody to give me no surprise parties either.
No, I don't want to be surprised by anything. Shout out to Dish Nation. Don't cancel us. That's our comment right now.
Yeah, it's fair.
Like a Looney Tunes episode. If she can handle the pressure, she's good. All right.
Okay, as long as y'all believe in her, man, it's on popping.
Oh, this comment, weekend at Bernadette's.
Who said that fly exotic word?
T-Tish TB.
T-Tish TB, thank you for coming to our party. You're a true Apollo legend.
That's
get down
really
over
good.
There. All right, so I guess that's only leaves room for one more thing.
Oh, wait, what's that?
Whose cousin is it?
All right.
Let's get it.
Okay.
Oh, no, we're
it?
not even there for that yet.
No, we got two things left.
I jumped the gun.
Okay, no worries.
You want to pop this one off?
Sure, we'll go for it. Okay. For the first time ever, a major league player for both teams is in the same damn game. Wait, what? Let's look at this photo here. And Danny Jansen became the first player in Major League history to play for both teams in a single game. The game was originally postponed, and when it resumed, he'd been traded in between. What? He started out as the catcher for the Toronto Blue Jays against the Boston Red Sox, but the game was suspended due to weather, and while he was in the middle of an at-bat. Then the game resumed last night, but by then, he'd been traded to the Sox. So now he was behind the plate for the Red Sox when the game restarted. That's wild.
Super wild and very specific.
Yeah, that's
man. Which team do you think he played harder for?
Oh, I mean,
because you had a lot of time to recharge from June 28th to now.
Well, you also want the Red Sox to think you're worth it.
True.
So you got to come out hard.
It's like, hey, would you snitch on your friends for us? Like, you know, how hard about this new life are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, are you willing to hit that ball over there in them stands?
Yeah.
And show people that you really about this Red Sox life? It's Suge Knight giving the speech.
Yeah. I like that.
Because it's red.
Because it's red.
Yeah, you get it.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's dope, man. Like, if you could play for any two teams, what teams would you play for?
Oh, that's really interesting. I always thought Deion Sanders had it figured out. Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson, right? They were both solid two-sport athletes back in the day.
Yeah.
You don't see that nearly anymore.
Yeah, I think they really be trying to like pay you enough to where you feel like you just good doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then when you think about basketball too, like there's so many games in that season. I don't know how Jordan did that. Well, actually explain, because he wasn't really good at baseball.
Right.
But you know, he pulled it off just to show you that it can be done. Yeah, but if I was able to jump teams and leagues, I would like to play. I would like to play for the Knicks, right?
Okay.
But
right.
in a year where they make it to the playoffs.
All right.
And I just want them to let me come out like in the fourth quarter with 30 seconds left on the clock, but we got to be up by 30.
Oh, all right.
I don't want everybody in the city mad at me. And then if I was to get traded to another team, put me on the Hawks.
Like in this fantasy world, I'm putting one season down with the Oklahoma City Thunder, but I'm just draining them from the outside. All right. I don't have the height to get in there but I'm just draining threes from the outside, and everybody loves me for that in Oklahoma City. So I become a local hero there.
Dope.
And then what else would I do? Man, I feel like it would be dope to be on the Rams in LA.
Okay.
The LA Rams.
You don't hear about them as much, but I guess you should, because now they only have one team.
That's right. We only got one team
Wait,
there.
Is the Chargers still a team in LA?
Oh, maybe. I'm not up.
Did they get demoted?
No, the Chargers, I think there's definitely still a team. I don't know what's going on there, to be honest with you. I haven't kept up with LA sports since I moved here.
I think when people don't know if you're a team or not, you're supposed to sit the next season out.
You got demoted.
Yeah, going back to some ideologies we threw out in the first couple episodes.
Sorry about you.
Somebody said, Justin Harris said the Cowboys and the Commanders in the same day.
Oh.
The Commanders, they
used to be the Redskins.
Man.
Uh-oh. Let it out.
Hey, man.
This is live. Here we go.
If I was Indian, I'd be a little disappointed.
Oh, yeah?
Because there's nothing out there that's really representing us right now.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had the Cleveland Indians.
The Cleveland Indians.
We had the Washington Redskins.
Still got the Atlanta Braves.
We do got the Braves until something happens. Like, I felt like there was something cool in the Native American space that they could have named any of these other teams that would have still at least had some sort of representation of the Native American people on set, because this was their country.
It's true. That's 100% true.
This was all them.
That's 100% true. I think maybe the thing with there's a difference in like the Braves, right? Or like the Florida Seminoles or like whatever. And then I feel like I feel like I could get canceled almost for saying it, but I feel like Redskins is almost like a little
slurry.
Yeah. It feels slurry.
Mixed slurry if you have McDonald's. But tone it down a little bit.
Yeah,
like
bring it back.
It would be racially insensitive if there was a team called the Toronto Tontos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's not
like,
good. Yeah.
Think of something that's dope and uplifting to a group of people and give them that thing. Don't take everything away, because sometimes when people complain hard, we lose everything. When the last time you seen Uncle Ben?
Oh.
He's gone.
Oh.
We lost Uncle Ben.
Do you think he was collateral for Aunt Jemima?
Yeah, we lost Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima the same week. It was a tragic day for breakfast and dinner.
Evidently, Aunt Jemima was a real person too.
Yeah, and the family wasn't getting no money.
That sucks.
If you're gonna play the game fair and
Right.
do what you're supposed to do for people.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about this?
Did we just get canceled?
Oh, Kansas City Chiefs. They're still a team, man.
Kansas City Chiefs still a team?
Y'all hold on, because I think Chiefs is an uplifting word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a title of respect, I guess, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, I mean, as long as you're doing things decent and in order and you're not lampooning or making fun of someone's ethnicity or culture,
Yeah.
I think that's dope. But don't completely, take everything away to where no one knows what's going
on. Misty Butler wants to know what happened to the cream of wheat guy. What did happen to the cream of wheat guy?
Yo!
He was always so proud of the cream of wheat.
Who came first, the cream of wheat guy or Uncle Ben? Because I don't know.
Oh,
because I felt like they was brothers.
They might be. Ooh.
And they knew each other.
They definitely knew each other. They definitely.
I would put them at the same cookout.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Uncle Ben, what you got over there? Oh, I got this basmati over here. What you making? A little porridge.
Also, we don't have the name for the cream of wheat guy. Like, I feel like we should know his name.
This is true.
Yeah.
If anybody in the chat is wise enough to know the name,
maybe his Frank L. White. Frank White might be the name of the cream
original
of wheat guy?
Frank White. That's who Notorious B.I.G. named his character after.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. We thought the King of New York was Christopher Walken. No, it's the cream of wheat guy. The
of wheat
original
man.
Frank White. All right, we got to get out of here.
A couple minutes left.
We're at the hour mark, so it's time for
Whose Cousin Is This? All right. Okay. So, all right, here we go. A lady pulled a gun when her dog adoption got denied. Now, this is a really good Whose Cousin Is It? Because I feel like it's got things that could lead you any number of ways.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people who look like me that would do anything for their dogs.
Exactly.
I spent $16,000 on my dog, and my dog got attacked by a coyote. And it's like, I don't care how old my dog is. We're going to get the dog good. My dog has since died, but it was 7 months later.
7 months later. You did everything you could.
I literally did.
You did.
I
You did
literally
everything you could.
Should have never listened to that last vet, though.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So a Florida woman went to adopt a dog. The dog's name was Bluey, and the dog was special needs, and the dog needed a wheelchair to get around. But the people adopting out the dog or letting it go. The people adopting out the dog, they weren't sure if it was a good fit because she had other dogs.
Okay.
And then this woman and her mom, who run a Rags to Riches animal rescue group, were outside when the woman allegedly grabbed the gun from her car, cocked it, put it to the back of Amarosa's head, which had to be one of the women working at this adoption, and then pressed it up against her temple. So she put a gun allegedly to the head of someone over a dog adoption.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat, man, and it's going back and forth like a ping pong match. A lot of Tanner's cousins. Gayla Hines said Tanner and me.
Oh,
Tanner stuff family. Said, why do I feel like this is a setup? Definitely kin of Tanner. I saw Ken Turner said I predict HK's cousins. Steven Savanta said R.I.P. HK's dog. Thank you.
Bluey definitely Tanner's because R.I.P. HK's dog. Thank you for that. Thank you. Always Florida. It is always Florida. Could be either cousin. Definitely Tanner family. Tanner and them. Thanks for them.
All right. y'all threw it out there.
Okay. All right.
Let's move that bus.
Let's see.
Surprise.
Oh, no! Why? Yo, that woman looks like she ain't playing around though at all. That woman is not joking. Give her that damn dog.
Yo, do you think she turned her hat backwards before she did the crime, or was it? Or that's just how she rolled?
Can we get that photo again? Let me look at her for just a second. Maybe we can't get it again. I don't know. There she is. Oh man.
Surprise, surprise.
Yo, that lady's not playing around.
In that first picture to the left, it looked like she was figuring out what the gun does.
Yeah.
I heard West Coast gun style, like to the side, like in Menace to
That's a kill
Society.
shot. That's a kill shot. They hold it sideways. Yeah, wow. I don't know. I feel like she rolled up with the hat backwards. That woman looked about the business.
A1G Fit said she naughty by nature.
Dang.
Yo.
Surprise, surprise. It's always my cousin.
Not always, because yesterday it was
Rolando Blackman. Black man. Black man.
Yeah, so y'all keep doing crimes. We're going to keep talking about it. Shout out to all the cousins and cuzzos out there. Justin in there. Every time we do this, he says Cuzzo versus cousin.
Cuzzo versus cousin. That's pretty funny.
I think
like
he's trying
that.
to go for the spinoff. I
like
love it.
that.
I love it.
Did she get the dog? Did she get the dog though?
No, she didn't get the dog. She got the cuffs.
She got cuffed. She didn't even get arrested. This is what we're hearing. She didn't. She must have got that dog, but also the dog's in a wheelchair. That's an adorable little.
Oh, did
dog.
they give us an update? She said what now?
An update. So she hasn't been arrested yet, but they are trying to retrieve the gun.
Yeah, that's the difference between if she did that and I did that. Yeah. I would be tased with a bullet.
Someone here wrote Joanna Wick.
Y'all are amazing.
Brilliant.
And just as socially corrupt as we are.
Yep.
Thank you so much, man. Shout out to all the soulmates. Shout out to our whole team to make this happen. Shout out to Darius on the prompter, Ryan in the back, Lee making his smack, Kim in our ear like Penny on Inspector Gadget.
Oh, bam, ba-dam, ba-bam. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We got another episode Thursday live at 3 o'clock. Hit us in the comments. Hit us in all the stuff. Tell us what you want to see. We don't have any interview or anything scheduled yet. But
but a lot can happen between now and Thursday.
A lot can
There's a couple things
happen.
that we got cooking in the coffer. So we're going to see what's popping. And just be sure you not only like, but you also share this to other people. Just so they can know we out here having this kind of fun.
That's where the share goes.
Hell yeah, man. So appreciate y'all. Love you back, Andrea K. See you, Bonnet Blogger. Buy Mean Stuff and Gala Hines and every single individual in there. See you later.
Thanks a bunch, guys. We'll see you later. Bye. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Oh, let's press it.
Boom. Are we live or is it over?
I think we go a little bit.
Oh, there it is.
Yo, man, I watched the whole yesterday episode from the beginning. I laughed so many times like I wasn't here.
There's a lot of fun stuff in yesterday's episode.
And I like the whole emotional roller coaster of it all.
Yeah.
Like how it was so funny, then we got serious and then da-da-da-da-da. Just to show that we